Okay, so before I will continue to express my opinions on it, I just wanted to show you some video clip that I found. I think it was the Sun that posted it about Trudeau speaking with people about his admiration for Chinese government for basic dictatorship, as he said. But I will just remind you what was there. So just check it out.
Even with Sun TV watching for any slip, he was asked which country he most admired and referred to China.
There's a level of admiration I actually have for China because their basic dictatorship is allowing them to actually turn their economy around on a dime and say we need to go green as fast as we need to start investing in solar. I mean, there is a flexibility that I know Stephen Harper must dream about of having a dictatorship that he could do everything he wanted that I find quite interesting.
Well, you saw yourself what he said. So what does it mean for us as Canadians? I do have a few videos that I posted about democracy, about emergency act, about national daycare system. It's all connected. So Trudeau said himself, even before he was elected, he loves the idea of basic dictatorship because then he can do whatever he wants. He may actually think that he's doing better for Canadians, but I just want to remind you that everywhere where we have dictatorship like China, North Korea, Soviet Union that used to be, based on communist ideas, everyone is equal. So everyone gets the same, everyone has the same, everyone owns the same, and so on and so on and so on. But it never happened. So any communist regime, it never happened that everyone was equal. You always had the elite people, like the high officials and so on and so on. Trust me, they lived much better than any simple guy or any simple citizen of these countries. So he wants basic dictatorship. His reasoning for it is very simple. He wants to do what is better for Canadians, and he doesn't want anyone to interfere, including Canadians. He just wants to do whatever he thinks is the best, to enjoy it, to have, to be admired as all these dictators. Like in China, they are admiring him. North Korea, they are thinking that he's a god, and so on. So this is what he wants here. And he's doing everything he can in order to get it. So first, he was spending a lot of money because he thought he can buy people out and to get majority government every time. And I spoke about democracy in Canada, that basically when you have majority government, it's not real democracy, because eventually whatever they want, whatever this government wants, this is what they will do, despite sometimes it could be other 49% of a country. So real democracy, not so sure, because we are not asking every law that we want to pass, every bill we want to pass. We are not asking for referendum. We are not asking the actual people opinion. We're just doing whatever we think is best for Canadians. Unfortunately for him, of course, luckily for us, he failed to get the majority government twice, even with all his spending and everything and so on and so on. And he will fail again. I doubt if he will get to next elections, because from what I see, even if we will go to elections, the Liberal Party will just vote him out, because otherwise he will ruin the Liberal Party altogether. So everything we spoke about before about nationalizing daycare system in order to brainwash them with ideas that he wants to brainwash them, having media in the pocket by paying them lots of money, or intimidating them in other ways, like not letting them to go to press conferences and so on, unless they will spread the government's narrative. So we have CBC that he just paying them more than $1 billion a year just for them to continue spread what he wants them to spread, to show what he wants them to show. Same with other outlets. He's not maybe not paying them. He just like make sure that they understand that if they want to be allowed in press conferences. They need to say what he wants them to say. There is no objective media in Canada already. It's just one-sided, biased media. So basically, he's slowly but surely making his way towards a full dictatorship. So now he has the media in his pocket. So after media in his pocket, he has the early childhood education in his pocket. The schools already was in his pocket because they are public. So he can actually control the narrative that is taught starting the daycare and finishing the schools. He also, with all the Emergency Act and everything, he showed how easy he can dismiss the willing of people, minority, majority, doesn't matter. He just like shuts them off. He enacted Emergency Act despite what premiers of more than half premiers of provinces agreed to. Like they all said that it's not necessary and so on and so on. But he still invoked the Emergency Act. So basically he shuts any option for protest. So next time people will want to protest, they will always think, oh, he will invoke Emergency Act and then he will fine us thousands of dollars and will jail us and so on and so on. So it kind of shuts our willing to protest because we may be afraid of consequences, and we may not even want to start it because we will know what he will do in case we will do the protests. So however you're picturing, whatever you believe in, mandates, COVID, vaccines, and so on, it's way above it. He is simply trying to go into basic dictatorship, and every step that he does brings him closer to it. So if you will continue supporting it, you will one day wake up and you will see basic dictatorship and you won't be able to do anything because first of all, violent revolution for sure not, because he's taking away all the guns. So any type of peaceful protest, probably not, because when he will invoke Emergency Act, he does it easily, as he showed us, and then he will just fine everyone, make some money, and so on and so on. Our kids will be brainwashed since their birth, and slowly we will start admiring him, like North Korean admires their leader, and Chinese admires their leader. Not because we will actually admire him, but we won't have another choice. We will have to admire him. This is what basic dictatorship is about. So this is what is Putin about, and so on and so on. And I can give you a long list. Fidel Castro, no, you can connect him to Trudeau and so on and so on. A lot of people are connected him to Trudeau, saying he's his father and everything. But basically, this is where we are heading to. So I really hope that Canadians will wake up, will vote him out either during elections or internally inside a Liberal Party, because otherwise we may find ourselves in pure dictatorship, and it will be very bloody to change it at some point, because people will just go into jail for expressing their opinions. We know already that they are watching our social media. Everyone saw how in Toronto police officers came to people that were expressing themselves on Facebook groups, supporting truckers and so on. So they came to give them, this time they came to give them information about peaceful protest. Next time they may just come and give them the fine or jail them for supporting the truckers. As easy as it is, as simple as it is. So please wake up, Canada. If you still consider yourself democracy and you still want the democracy, wake up before it's too late and it will turn out to be basic dictatorship. By the way, it's too bad that a lot of people will probably leave before then, like they will probably just go to US or something. Not that it's better there, but they probably will just go there because, not everyone is willing to fight for something they believe. Some people just prefer to go and to live in other place because we only have one life to live. So I can easily understand these people, and I'm not judging them at all. But the people that actually see themselves living in Canada, want brighter future for their kids, wake up. I'm not speaking about support liberal or don't support liberal. I'm just saying simple thing. Trudeau wants to be dictator. He wants basic dictatorship, and you need to let him go. You need to make him go. He must resign. Otherwise, we are all doomed.